2 victory holes here. As you see, the top speed qualifier in the
lane 1.
Yep, it was GC Racing. There's lane 2, X-Insurance South. Lane 3, X-Insurance North. Pothole Heroes will take lane 4.
And then lane 5.
Monster Energy.
So it's not a negative, it's just a reality. Your least experienced driver is in lane 1.
And just because he's a rookie at Pro Class 1 level.
He's a rookie in Pro Class 1.
But he's a former world champion in factory stock.
Yep.
Yes.
And
orange smoke means we're going to get those boats up, get them on plane, and they will line up behind the pace boat and need to line up, as Chief Referee Bob Teague stressed to them. And the new starting procedure, they'll come down here on the south beachside leg, and when they come between those 2 green buoys out off the beach, that will be the official start of the race.
Provided they're even, right, it's a clean start. If someone jumps it, they're not going to know, because they're not going to red flag it unless it's a disaster. And then that one guy, if they jump, that boat will get a penalty. But they probably won't know until after the race.
I thought I heard them say they were going to announce it on 7.
Or it will be on 78.
On race control. So, and they should. I mean,
and JW monitors that for us, so he can tell us if someone gets penalized pretty quickly. And we'll relay any information we get to you folks. Just like you, we're anxious to see this get going, but
this race will,
just like you, we just want to see a good race.
This race will not decide the national championship. It will have a heavy bearing on who wins. These are 50% point races today and tomorrow. So instead of a full race, they're racing 6 laps today, 6 laps tomorrow, half points for each day. And there is your starting grid.
Yeah, this has the feel of you can't win it today, but you could lose it.
Very true.
Just like in Key West when they say you can't win it on the first day, but you can lose it if you take yourself out and you don't finish. So let's see how the strategy plays out about how they run this race. But I can almost guarantee that if X-Insurance South gets a lead, they're going to be hard to take it from.
Well, it's hard to get around any fast boat in this sport. Getting around the boats in front of you, it's tough. They're going to push you to the outside and block you all the way. So getting to the first pin and around and out of that turn first means the world as to whether or not you are going to have a winning day.
And if I'm not mistaken, they do not do you have to hold your lane through the first turn anymore. As long as you establish a 2-boat overlap, you can go where you want to go.
That is your starting grid on the inside. Lane 1, GC Racing, Willie Cabeza and Grant Bruggerman from Grant's Custom Racing. Grant Signature Racing. And then lane 2 is X-Insurance South, Bill Piper and Britt Lilly.
Lane 3, X-Insurance North, JJ Turk, Nick Ewis. Lane 4, Pothole Heroes, John Tomlinson, Carlos De Quesada. And lane 5,
out of the crowd,
Monster Energy.
Yep, Pier 60. Boats, fantastic crowd on hand, and up and down the beautiful beaches here on Clearwater.
And we got a clean start. But where's X-Insurance? Oh, there's X-Insurance South. I lost them for a minute.
So the official start of the race will actually come.
X-Insurance South is in last. Pothole Heroes is in lane 3. I wonder what happened there. But X-Insurance North is out to the early lead.
So X-Insurance North edges in front of the GC Racing
start
team.
The race. Yep. So this is the start of lap 1 of 6. So they're basically racing 30 miles today and 30 miles tomorrow. And GC Racing has to defend the inside and try to take advantage of it, because it's the cleanest way around the course if you can hold the line. JJ Turk from Cocoa Beach, Florida. Nick Ewis from Madeira Beach and X-Insurance North. The 2 MTIs out front.
GC Racing noses ahead.
New generation versus the older generation.
GC North went around that south turn in 7 seconds. 3 seconds better than South and 11 seconds better than North, and that's where they made their speed up to get ahead on that northbound leg on the first lap here in the Pro Class 1 Saturday event. On board with Bill Pyburn and Britt Lilly and X Insurance South. GC Racing has the lead. X Insurance North in second. On board the X Insurance Helicam. Truax Homeowners, Flood and Wind, all in one coverage. X Insurance.
I'm sure Randy Sissom is the onshore communication for the team, along with Kelly Bruggeman, if they have both of them. But they're taking that turn tight, but they look like they slowed almost for a minute there, didn't it?
Sure did.
Maybe it was just trying to take the turn clean and hold the inside, but for a minute there, it looked like they slowed. Don't want to see anything mechanical or Guardian or anything like that come into play to decide this race.
No. So GC Racing has the tunnel tab. They'll deploy it here, use it to an advantage, and now
here comes X Insurance South.
So they've moved up into second place, but they're battling in there with the X Insurance North. And there is a battle going on for third, as you can see the Monster Energy team on the inside.
Second, third, and fourth all battling each other, which is exactly what Grant and Willie want, because that just lets them run their line when no one challenges them.
X Insurance South.
Back to Marine Technology GC Racing. See what their advantage is over the second place boat. But X Insurance South has moved up in second, and Monster Energy is now third, but Monster Energy's taken a tighter line thanks to this view from the X Insurance helicopter. Monster Energy is pulling up alongside X Insurance South to take second place. Let's see if it holds or if X Insurance South comes back by. Yeah, the Monster Energy has a little better attitude. It looks like Bill Pyburn's having to fly the X Insurance South a little bit more than he wants.
GC took that southbound turn quicker than any other boat there.
I'm wondering if X Insurance has some bigger props on it than they thought they should, than maybe others have right now. Might come to them if they burn off some fuel, but...
So Monster Energy having a nice run here.
Yeah. And the thing is if they stay in front of X Insurance South, that's kind of all. They don't need to worry about GC.
That's right. But GC.
So there's a strategy game, but GC's not far behind.
No,
in third
GC
in points.
wants to be in first,
Yeah.
obviously. On board
They all
camera
want
and
to be
a
in
good shot
first,
overhead of Monster Energy.
Yeah. This is looking out the deck of X Insurance South over from the cockpit, which is a cool shot.
X Insurance South really going wide to the outside and losing distance.
Myrick Coyle took a nice turn right there. Very good driver. And that could be, it depends on who you talk to as far as which boat has the advantage between the rudder or the number 6s in turns.
Yeah, GC Racing came around the first lap in 2 minutes 40 seconds and unofficially averaging at 116 miles an hour. So they've got that boat cooking. Running nice and flat, nose down, getting enough air, bouncing, but still keeping those props connected to the water.
Yeah, X Insurance now. I'm not sure if they're second or third though, because there's two sets of boat weights to their right.
That's Monster Energy in front of them.
Yeah, so they're in second. They're in third.
The nose carrying a little bit more than I think that they would like.
Yeah. As you look at the attitude of this boat, it's not picking up. It's not popping the nose the way X South was.
So
neither is Monster. So they're flying at pretty level too.
GC continuing to hold the lead. Monster Energy in second and X Insurance South in third.
And it's looking like North is in fourth and Potholes in fifth.
There's your leader, Willie Cabeza and Grant Bruggeman. The GC Racing is really taking that turn on the south end. much better than the two boats behind, getting from pen 1 to 3 in 9 seconds. IMCON 13, X Insurance South 17. So that tells you that
This almost looks like it's laid down a little, doesn't it?
yeah, they can tell you the dominance that X Insurance South has had over the last couple of races, which has been in the turns.
Yeah.
They may have made a prop selection that's not going their way.
Yeah, because they've only got 4 more laps for it to come to them. It's not like a long race.
There's your leaders all on the screen. You can see the distance that X Insurance, that GC Racing has over.
Yeah, now Willie's defending better. He's taking a tight line because Myrick's always going to try to come in the inside. It's his move. And Britt just made a nice turn to square that one up. So all these guys are stepping up their driving game, trying to keep the line as tight as possible.
So we're going to check on this lap here and see the difference between first and second. GC Racing really having a great day. And looks like they're moving away from Monster Energy. But they have that boat, the 482 Marine Technologies hull. And they'll come through on lap number 3, continuing the lead. They look like they picked up speed from that first lap. Around it just a couple seconds quicker than the first lap, turning that one at 2:39.
Monster's right there.
Right at about 120 miles an hour unofficially. So we're halfway through this race, and GC Racing continues to lead, followed by Monster Energy and X Insurance South. Today and tomorrow it's for the National Championship in Pro Class 1, heading to the RWO Key West Worlds. GC with an 8-second lead over IMCON, and 13-second lead over the X Insurance South team.
You can just, from the visual though, you can tell that they put some distance out there now. They're checking out a little bit. And the weight's distributed better in the MTI than it is the other two boats, because it's not popping the nose again like the second and third place boats.
And the Monster Energy nose is really carrying high a couple of times here, and I think that X Insurance South has made up a little bit of distance. They're going to be pushing them out.
Yes. So it'll be a matter of if
they're going to have to cross through the churn of GC Racing, but they're still trying to hold that pin tight. They're going to stay in the dirty water.
Yep. Well, could this be enough where the X Insurance, just the extra length is just spanning things a little bit better, and as Monster Energy gets lighter, is that bow going to come up more?
So here are your top 3 boats, and we haven't seen much of Pothole Heroes or X Insurance North.
No.
Just the top 3 boats.
But here again,
in the thick
looks
of
like
things.
MCI, looks like Marine Technologies pulling ahead. GC Racing.
Biggest boat in the field, the 482 Marine Technologies hull in the lead.
Yeah, look at how light X Insurance South is getting.
Turn that lap at 2:36, 2 minutes 36 seconds, 120 miles an hour. They are on their game.
So that was the end of 4.
Yep. Monster Energy Racing in second, X Insurance South in third. 2 laps to go.
Well, if X Insurance South is going to do anything, they got to start making their charge now.
Seemed like they have made some distance on the outbound leg heading north, but gave it up on the beach side. Run down towards the south end. Monster Energy, Myra Coyle, Tyler Miller holding solidly on to second. GC with an 8-second lead over MCON. 17 seconds over the X-Insurance South team, and X-Insurance South was only 3 seconds behind Monster Energy, but there's only 2 laps left. There they are, Britt Lilly, the wheelman, throttleman Bill Pyburn. It's a 47 victory. It's a shaft and rudder boat.
Wow, look at that.
And a day like today, you like to have that tunnel tab that Monster has and that the GC Racing has. You press that air down the straightaways. You got to get off of the tunnel tab in the turns, but in the straightaways, it's an asset. You're going to be able to go a lot quicker down the straightaways.
Yeah, it's like kind of, what are the Formula One cars?
DRS?
The DRS, yep. I did just get a message from Anthony Cruz from the throttlement of Red Rum, who had the incident in the Bracket 700 race, and he said he's okay. So that's good to hear. Thank you for checking in. But Marine Technology is holding a master class in how to run a Pro Class 1 race.
Penultimate lap concluding, and they'll be out for their final lap of the day, and they're cruising right now. We did see on a previous shot that X-Insurance North and Pothole Heroes 4 and 5 are still on the same lap.
Let's see, we got a white flag.
They turned the speed up on that lap and got it up above 122 miles an hour. So they're not playing games. They're here to win.
And X-Insurance South is trying all different lines to try to make up ground on Monster Energy, but I don't know if it's going to happen.
Dive to the inside, try and get close to the pin. Nothing but churned water in front of them.
And meanwhile, nothing but clean water out in front of Marine Technologies GC Racing.
So still about maybe a second less, 7 seconds in front of Monster Energy is GC Racing, 12 seconds in front of the third place boat. But this has been the day of the 482 Marine Technologies catamaran. Willie Cabeza and Grant Bruggerman of Grant Signature Racing. Here you see them coming on the far north turn, the 3-pin turn.
What a great shot.
Yep. See these boats dancing on the water. They are compressing down the tunnels. Powered by twin 1100 horsepower Mercury turbocharged engines.
Want to say hello to Taylor Sism, who's at home getting ready to have a baby. So we missed you being out here, but hope everything's going well with that, and best of luck when that event takes place.
Top shot there from the final turn down the stretch. Top 3 boats. X-Insurance South didn't have a
Not
solution.
the way they wanted to run today.
For GC Racing and Monster Energy here today.
And when we go to talk to Bill Pyburn later, he's going to tell us I missed the setup. Most likely. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. Surely.
But
that's what they...
But compared to their qualifying, if you're Monster Energy, you got to feel pretty good.
Absolutely. But when you finish off the pace that you have, you're always going to be upset and trying to do better. And here we go with GC Racing, your winner here in Clearwater today. Marine Technologies, number 32, takes the win.
Convincingly. That was impressive.
Took the inside lane, the fastest qualifying speed, and led from start to finish. Monster Energy takes second, and X-Insurance South takes third. Willie and Grant. Big win for them on the Pro Class 1 Series in the final race of the National Series, lining things up for Key West. And they've got to be feeling good about themselves here today. Turned that last lap at 121.7 miles an hour.
Well, they got to get through tomorrow, too.
No doubt. So,
but, you know, same thing happens tomorrow. You could all of a sudden be looking at national champions right there.
beautiful lines.
Black attack.
Yeah, the beautiful lines of that 482 Marine Technologies hull.
Do we call that black or pink or fuchsia?
Fuchsia. That's what I've heard. What
Okay.
my wife would say.
Definitely a distinctive livery. Easy to spot, so we appreciate that.
This thing is wide open.
Points
Yeah,
wise.
going to tomorrow. Try and give you an accurate
That's good for us then.
accounting of where these boats stand here in the moment. But high fives in the cockpit of GC Racing. Big win today. It kept turning those laps right at about 120 miles an hour here today. Means they were flying on the straightaways, Eric.
And you think in the number of throttlemen that Willie has had to adjust to. He started with Gary Ballou. Then he went to Sean Torrente. Now he's with Grant. So for a guy who's still pretty new to this, it's pretty darn adaptable. You got to give credit for that. And he can catch too, because he just got that flag.
Well,
unless that's Grant, I can't tell.
well, they're back.
I think that's Grant that just hopped out.
Both back on the deck, and they'll unfurl the flag. Victorious here in race 1 of Pro Class 1 here at the X-Insurance Clearwater Nationals. Grant Bruggeman and Willie Cabeza in Marine Technologies.
Now this only makes me want to see a big turnout in Pro Class 1 in Key West even more.
Well,
because that's going to be some great
yeah, and I
racing.
was hearing 7 and potentially 7 boats, 8 boats maybe in Pro Class 1.
Yeah.
All right, so unofficially, and there's still bonus points to be added and points for tomorrow, but right now, X-Insurance South unofficially has a very slim lead in the national point standings with 414 points, and Monster Energy 408 points, GC Racing with 402. So that's going to make it tight tomorrow.
Yep.
We got to add an extra point in for every boat finish, but tomorrow, when we hit the air just before noon, be able to recap that for you. And of course, all of these results are unofficial. These boats have to meet tech, be spec'd after the race, but those are your unofficial standings right now with 1 race to go in the Pro Class 1 season here at the X-Insurance Clearwater Nationals. Here's the start of today's Pro Class 1 race. You can see GC Racing had the inside line.
Yeah, JJ and Nick were flying X-Insurance South trying to, but for some reason, who's not in this picture?
X-Insurance South.
X-Insurance South. So something got bogged down at the start or something. And Willie and Grant were smart to take advantage
Now
of it.
look at Monster Energy from the outside lane.
Yep, from lane 5.
Look at the distance on them. And great turn there by Willie.
Yep.
And here's Monster Energy going around X-Insurance later in the race.
X-Insurance South had gotten around X-Insurance North, but then here came Monster.
Yep.
So this was the acceleration they were looking for this morning that they didn't have during qualifying.
That's correct. So what wasn't working earlier, they learned from, and Myra Coyle and Tyler Miller got to work and got the boat flying just right here for the race in the afternoon.
Yeah, the boat looked solid. And then here's the boat that no one could catch today. Marine Technology, GC Racing.
Taking the checkered flag here at the XINSURANCE Clearwater Nationals. Willie and Grant, winners in this first race of the Pro Class 1 Series.